my classes, and I will post it on Schoology. Okay? That doesn't say miss school, but let's face it, sometimes you don't feel well, sometimes you have an appointment. Anything that I taught will be posted. It might not be, or Miss Stone taught will be posted, but just realize it's not as good as being in class because you don't get to see our facial expressions and cross-eyed look. Okay, so there's going to be a book for this class. Okay, we have written the book. You need to go buy the book. I will give you the first 2 weeks of the notes in the book, and it's in West 211.
So have they moved it back, or is it still?
I think it's still in 211 for a couple weeks. So go over there. It costs $5 if you don't have $5 because of financial hardship. Let your counselor know. They'll give you a coupon. Then you go get the book. But you're good for the rest of this week and all of next week. Okay. And I will show you what the book looks like. Homework. It's a pretty easy policy. Pretty easy. And this is where a lot of teachers get it wrong. And this is where a lot of students misunderstand. Homework is worth 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, no points. You want the 4 points. Okay? So all you have to do on the homework is you have to do a mathematical attempt of all the problems. Attempt. Now, I might not be an English teacher, but attempt doesn't mean that it's correct. You've made a mathematical attempt. You didn't draw a picture. You did an attempt. You attempted to try each of the problems. Okay? You don't have to be perfect on homework, and you can get perfect scores as long as you attempted it. Now, most days, you will have the opportunity to start stuff in class. Okay? I would say you're going to walk out of here with maybe on a really bad day that I'm off, 10 minutes worth of homework from this class. I know. I'm mean. I'm cruel. So is Stone's, really. My office is right on the other side of this wall. It's the same room number, but it has an A. 548 is the room number. 548A is my office. So you can come if you need anything. So points, we have a weighted system. 25% of the semester grade will come from homework, which you can get perfect scores on. Tests and quizzes will be part of a 60% category, and then the final exam is worth 15% of your overall semester grade. And then notes will be given daily. So this is your book. This is what it will look like, but again, I'll give you the packet, but it looks like this. Okay? Now I know that you're drinking water from a fire hose today because the information is coming at you a million miles an hour. One reason I record, and we will remind you. Let's see. Cell phones, it's a pretty simple policy. Okay? Now things I can guarantee you, cell phones are awesome. Cell phones are great. You're getting information like this, nonstop. You're getting funny things that make you laugh. Things you're like, oh, I can't wait to show my friends this, so you send it off to your friends. You feel good because you get likes or comments or whatever the things are.
Bless you.
But the unfortunate thing is, I've seen for 26 years, this is my 26 years as a teacher, I've yet to see a social media credit thing on transcripts. So cell phones, I think, are good. Unfortunately, I think that sometimes we get caught up in the things that we're used to. That's why we create this opportunity. And again, create the rule. I mean, I have 2 daughters. One is a junior at the University of Nebraska, and one's a freshman at Purdue University. They might text me. But guess where my phone is?
What was the volume on that?
It was perfect.
It's great. Did you hear my bless you?
I didn't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, turn that up a little bit, but I just want to make sure you hear it.
So those are the 2 people that might contact me, and my wife. But guess what? I'm not going to know that they contacted me until this class is over. Okay? Whatever situation they're dealing with, it'll be still happening in 30-some minutes from now. So I'll deal with it then. So I'm not saying that I have any more importance than you. I'm taking the same thing you are, saying, hey, my phone's there with you. Okay? Let's see. I will record all lessons. They will be posted on Schoology. They are YouTube, so you can slow them down, pause them, speed them up. You can make me sound really fast when I speak if you speed them up. And then you should, hopefully your parents make sure all of their email addresses and telephone numbers and things like that and your email address is correct on PowerSchool. Okay? A lot of times I get a parent, they'll call me and I'll get, some phone number that comes and it'll leave me a message or an email comes. Well, first thing I have to do, and all teachers have to do, this is bound by law, and a lot of teachers don't do this, but I do. It's like, what's your first name?
Coral.
Coral. What's your mom's first name?
Beverly.
Beverly. Okay, so let's say beverly@hotmail.com is your mom's email address. She just switched to that, but it's not on PowerSchool. So if I get an email from beverly@hotmail.com, I go to PowerSchool because I know it's asking about you, and I don't see it. I don't see it, so I won't respond to that email other than your email is not what's showing on PowerSchool. At this point, I am not allowed by law for the protection of kids, and I'm just using you as an example, please realize that. For the protection of kids, I can't release any information. And I know parents are like, oh, PowerSchool is not designed for the convenience of parents. It's designed for the safety of kids, period. Okay? So please make sure. People's email addresses change all the time. It's easy to change enough on the parent portal. Okay? It's not a big deal. And I know it becomes an inconvenience. And then, welcome to the classroom. We enjoy what we do. We're here for you. I think this is a pretty comfy class. Heck, we let you pick your own seats, for crying out loud. Okay? My door stays propped open. That's how I roll. I like it that way. I prefer it that way. I don't like it when the door is closed because it's confining to me.
It's stuffy.
Yeah. So this is what I would like you to do. Let's see. We are out of here at 11:35. By 11:14, I need you to have the following. I need you to have a whiteboard, a towel, and a marker. And go. Please. Any towel. Don't worry, I blew my nose in all of them, so they're equally gross.
Oh, yeah. It's a little slimy. It's not.
It's snot.
It's not. Did everyone bring a pencil today?
If not, this drawer has pens, but those pens don't really work on your thing. So all we're going to do is we're just going to do a little whiteboard stuff. We'll use these whiteboards quite often. So if you don't get your favorite color today, maybe you get your favorite color next time. We are not looking for you to try and color this entire board. That's not our job. So let's, we all ready? Did you find one that was good? All right. All right. And this is not a test. This is just me wandering around. I will teach anywhere in the classroom because I can. I want you to, it's up to you if you want to write this down or just try the answer. But just try and think of it. Don't worry, wrong answers are not going to make you broken. We'll make fun of you later. I'm kidding. We'll make fun of you right now. What do you think? What do you think it is? Now let's just talk, and some of you are like, "But should I have a calculator?" Well, that's okay if you do or you don't. But think about this. I have two different signs, and I have two different numbers up there. I have the number 10, I have the number 7. I have a positive sign, and I have a negative sign. Agree? So I want us to think about this way. We've all gone and bought something from the store, and maybe we didn't Venmo for it. Maybe we did the old-fashioned way. We paid money, cash. So think of this way. I have a negative in front of the 10. I have a positive before the 7. So I want you to think of it this way. Let's say you went to the store and you wanted to buy something that cost $10. So you're owing. Yes? You owe money? But let's say you only have $7 in your pocket. So with that, we're keeping all things legal. Do you get money back from the clerk, or do you still owe the clerk money? Still owe. What do you think we owe? $3. So being that we owe $3. And there's different ways that we can represent this. I mean, in elementary school, you're like, oh, you got a -10 down here, and then you're going to move this way 7 spots until you get to the -3. I don't know if that's truly 7 spots or not. I'm just kind of facetiously doing it. So I will often refer to as a negative number wherever that subtraction sign is. A negative sign and a subtraction sign basically means the same idea as far as math goes. Okay? So that's not too bad. And friends, you always have the opportunity, because this is your education. If there's something that's not clear, please advocate for your education. Ask us. Raise your hand. Or just shout out, wait. I'm going to do some problems wrong. Not because I do it on purpose. It's because, I don't know, my family ever makes fun of me. But
I just want to see if you can catch it.
yeah, it could happen. Or I just might legitimately make a mistake. All right. So what about if we had a problem like this? Friends, the F word's going up there. Fractions.
Love some fractions.
Think about it. Just try this one. Just See how? Just give it an attempt. You're not going to break anything. If you make a mistake, we can erase it. Oh, wow.
Kind of get those cobwebs.
Now, you want to know why I don't like fractions? Because this is how this guy learned fractions. Mrs. Patterson, 4th grade. Okay, Chris, because my first name's Chris. Listen, Chris, you have 5/7 of one pizza left, and you have 2/5 of another pizza left. What do you got? Lunch. No, Chris, it's a number. It's a fraction. Think about it. No, I like pizza. And then they're referring to pizza, and I'm like, dude, I want to eat. I'm hungry. Okay? But now some of you might have learned how to do this where you're getting a common denominator, right? You're going to multiply the top and the bottom by the exact same thing. Because your elementary school teacher said this goes along with the curriculum we do, and we had to do it this way in order to make it work. And you're like, it's a lot more work. I'm going to teach you something. Some of you might have seen this. Somebody help me out. What is 5 times 5? 25, shout it out. Good, I like it. And I know that there's a plus sign, because there was a plus sign in the original. And what is 2 times 7? 14. Okay, and that's supposed to be a 25, but it doesn't really look like it because my writing has gone to the you-know-what. All right, and then the last thing we're going to do, 7 times 5 is? 35. So if we add these together, because 25 added to 14 comes out to 39, so we get 39 out of 35. That is a reduced fraction, and that's how you do that problem. Wait a minute, I've never seen that way. Boy, I wish I would have learned that way when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm going to always show you adding and subtracting fractions. It's always done the same way, in my way, and this way makes it so much easier. It's faster. It makes sense. Why did your other teachers, when they were younger, teach it? Because they didn't have a degree in math. They didn't understand the basic concepts of number theory. They were good people. I'm not trying to take away from them, so don't go back to your 5th grade teacher going, Mr. Sturp says you're an idiot. No, don't do that. They're wonderful people. I like my kindergarten so much I went twice. I went when I was 4, and then I went when I was 5. I went twice. My daughter thinks that's the funniest thing in the world. Dad, you went to kindergarten twice? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Went to 1st grade once, 2nd grade once. I was actually a freshman in college for 3 years. Yeah, I just didn't have the credits. But I worked full-time, went to school part-time. So I worked through college. People are like, oh, why did you get a 4-year degree? Well, I did get a 4-year degree in 7 years. Oh, you must have been not that good. No, I came out with 0 debt. I paid for my college. I worked full-time and went to school part-time. Worked for me. I don't know. So different concepts. Hey, my friends, here's the thought. we have 39 over 35, and just a thought, just free thinking. Is it okay that I leave it as an improper fraction? And let me phrase what improper fraction is in case you hadn't heard that term in a while. Improper fraction means the top number, the numerator, is bigger than the denominator, the bottom number. Is it okay to leave it as an improper fraction? What do you think? Yeah. You know what I really dislike and the math community really dislikes? Mixed numbers. That is so elementary. But I learned mixed numbers. Yeah, it should be 1 and 4/35. Okay, because 1 and 4/35. Okay, that all looks fine and dandy until you start writing 1 and 45 like this. And it looks like you have 14/35. So that's the wrong answer. So, friends, I'm making things simpler for you. A lot of times you try to make it harder. It's like it's math, it's got to be hard. No, math is a logical progression of thought process. It allows you to do inductive and deductive reasoning. You want to know what inductive reasoning is? It's the reasoning of duh. Duh? Yeah, duh. Okay? Let me give you the reasoning of duh. You're walking down the hallway. There's a sign. It says wet paint. What'd you do? What you gonna do? You're going to touch it, aren't you? Yeah, me too. And you're like, oh, man, it was wet paint. Duh. You're over there. You're at the buffet. If you ever go get, service buffet, and you're walking down, and they get those orange lights, and there's things that says caution hot on the top. What do? You're not supposed to touch it, but what are people like me going to do? We're going to touch it. Oh, man, that really is hot. Waitress comes over, they got an oven mitt on up to like their shoulder. They could touch the sun with his oven mitt. They put the plate in front of you and say, watch out, the plate's hot. And they lay it down in front of you. What do? Touch the plate and you're like, man, it really is hot. Yeah, they could have touched plutonium with that. Okay, it's hot. Okay, that's the reasoning of duh. Inductive reasoning, that's all it is. Taking small things, realizing the big picture. Deductive, take the big picture, break it down to small. It's pretty easy. It's stuff that we've always done. But for some reason, at some point, I know I had teachers that made math hard for me. I hated it. My mom was a math teacher. And I was just like a normal teenager because oh, Mom, yeah, you know what you're doing.
New math.
Yeah.
New
math. Yeah, we had all kinds of stuff. Yeah, the same numbers I used back in the early days of the 70s and 80s, same stuff today. Giddy up. So that's just a little finagle. So let's have a little fun. On your whiteboard, still with me on this? I want you to list for me, you don't have to write these words, favorite dessert. Gotcha. Favorite movie, and then famous person, I gotta redo that. Most famous person you know or want to meet. Okay, favorite dessert, favorite movie, and then the most famous person you either know or want to meet. That's like, dude, there's no math here. Okay.
I see what you're doing, Stuart.
Let's see. Is it? I think I have this right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah. That's like backwards.
Yeah, that's how my mind works.
That's okay.
I'm a little crazy. Mm-hmm.
My brain's just jumbled. Kind of what this looks here.
All right, my favorite dessert My favorite dessert, pretty much any of the original flavors of ice cream. I'm not a guy who wants to mix in stuff and the syrups. You give me some vanilla, give me some chocolate, give me some strawberry ice cream. Life's good. Now, don't get me wrong. Someone's like, hey, we got this. It's got Oreo cookies and Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate and fudge and marshmallows. I'm going to eat it. Don't worry. But that's my favorite dessert. Does someone want to shout out a favorite dessert you might have?
I got one.
Ice cream? You're in the right spot. Anybody else? Ice cream and brownies? Go ahead. Yeah, baby. I like it. Anybody else?
Ice cream. Chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, good.
Especially when it's soft.
Oh, just came out of the oven.
Yeah. Ice cream.
Speaking my language. Ice cream?
Ice cream sandwich.
What you got?
Chocolate waffle.
Ooh, man. Sounds like we got some good dessert lovers in here. Hey, favorite movie?
Lion King.
Lion King? Okay.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park?
The Lost Boys or The Hangover?
The Lost Boys or The Hangover? Lost Boys or Hangover? I like it.
I like Friday.
Friday? Yeah.
Grand Budapest Hotel?
Grand Budapest Hotel? Sweet. That's a mouthful when you say it too fast, huh?
Yeah, say it's
Go ahead.
Spider-Man, No Way Home, or any Marvel movies.
Anybody? All right, I like it. Yeah.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. Nice.
Cool.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones? Princess Bride?
Such a
Look at this. All right. So we asked for a famous person, someone you want to know or meet. Anybody want to shout out? Stepford? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, my grandpa used to be a NASCAR driver, so
Sweet.
my grandpa.
Love it. Anybody else?
Tasha.
Who?
Tasha.
Okay. Anybody else?
What about you, sir?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to meet Snoop.
Snoop? I got a story for you about Snoop D-O-double-G. Okay? I used to teach in Las Vegas. Performing Arts Magnet School. We had the best dancers, singers, musicians, actors, actresses. It was wonderful. A girl named Chrisella Crossland. Okay? Now she's Chrisella Anderson. She's married to Cafe Anderson, who's a country western singer. She was one of the main choreographer dancers for Snoop D-O-double-G. Yeah. She has got some moves. Okay. Who else? Famous people. Famous you want to know. Go ahead. Who's that? Okay. Yeah. Top G. Anybody else?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Good.
Almost every actor from the Marvel cast.
The whole Marvel cast actors. Okay. Do you want to know that I taught a very famous television actor 26 years ago? Sophomore in high school. Not me. He was. First year teaching. This is my first year teaching. Got a kid. He's about this tall. Big round glasses. Now he's a little bit taller. Doesn't wear glasses because he had, the eyes done. Any of you watched the show Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
Matthew Gray Gubler was a student of mine. Dr. Spencer Reed, the goofy guy who's the criminal psychologist in the show? You know who I'm talking about?
I got a little hair.
Yeah, I got a little wavy-ish hair. Now, I had another guy who's just as famous, but in the music and dance field. His name is Schaefer Smith. You're like, Schaefer, who? Yeah, Schaefer Smith. You don't know who Schaefer Smith is. Well, Schaefer Smith's nickname was Yo-Yo, but then Yo-Yo's changed his name because, man, he could dance and he could sing and he was smooth. Man, it was good. So he went from Yo-Yo to Neo. Y'all know the Neo? That's Schaefer Smith. Yeah, one of my students. Look at that. Wait a minute. I just gave you two famous people who I taught. Y'all are going to be famous. You're in the right spot. That's good. This is good stuff. I like this stuff. Okay, so, we have just kind of sillies up here, just talking, but it got us into like let's feel comfortable. I have energy when I teach. I move around. Okay? Nobody ever said teaching should be quiet. And nobody ever said that learning should be quiet. Okay? You know what? There's times I'm standing up walking around. You know what? Sometimes you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to stand up. I'm going to carry my notebook and I'm going to walk around as well. Now, don't walk around and it'll smack somebody upside the head. That's the wrong thing. You have my permission. You have my permission to only, you get to make fun of one person in this class. Only one. And that's me. Only me. You can make fun of me all day long. Now, if you call me bad names, then you have to meet your dean because of it. But if you want to make fun of me going, Sturb has no hair, I know that. Okay? Sturb's got a big old forehead. No, it's an 11 head. It's way more than 4 fingers. It's like 11. But you have my permission to. Okay, you're not going to make fun of me. I mean, I don't want to get disrespectful, but those are some things we got. Hey, so friends, what time we at here? 11:35? Will you do me a favor? Will you make sure the cap is on your marker? Will you make sure your whiteboard's wiped? And in some sort of ordered fashion, just put them back into the bin. Please don't throw it because someone's going to get hit.